May 1987 was an incredible time for the people of Coventry. Coventry City, definitely the underdogs, had beaten the favourites Tottenham Hotspur 3-2 in the FA Cup final. It was an amazing time, and the day after the match, the team returned to the city triumphantly with the trophy and went on an open-top bus tour all round the city. And it was as if everybody in the city of Coventry had come out to cheer them on and to support them. Even I put on a touch of sky blue. Now, I know that such occasions are probably quite commonplace for teams like Stoke City and Port Vale, as Jeff and Glenn will probably tell us, but for Coventry it was a unique experience. And everybody was full of elation. Everybody was wanting to be part of it. Everybody was wanting to celebrate the victors coming back to the city. Only a few months later, normal service was resumed and Coventry City got knocked out of the FA Cup the following year by a non-league team called Sutton United. I don't know what they've gone on to do. And people's expectations of what was going to be wonderful and the start of something amazing suddenly crumbled. The team dropped down the divisions and for a short time even played in what's called Division 2 now. And nobody knew that was going to happen at the time. The euphoria of the day carried people along. And I guess it was a bit like that for the people of Jerusalem when they heard that this great king, this victor, was coming triumphant into the city, that he was going to come and set the people free, that he was going to set people free from all of the enslavement, all that the Romans meant to them. And so they would have gone out in huge crowds, carried along by the euphoria, by the excitement of the occasion, and looked down the street, and there was a king not travelling in splendour, but riding on a donkey. Now, I haven't got anything against donkeys. I like donkeys. I like looking at donkeys. Not sure I'd want to get on the back of one of them. But a donkey, not someone riding on a stallion in triumph, but someone riding on the back of a donkey. And yet here was this king, and they cheered and they celebrated and they waved their palm branches. Hosanna in the highest. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest. And they had high expectations, high hopes for what this king was going to do. The amazing things that were going to happen now that the king had come into Jerusalem. But nobody knew that those expectations would be dashed, that only a few days later that king would be nailed to a cross. Only a few days later that king would be abandoned by the very people who cheered him into the city. And as he rode into the city, I wonder, did Jesus know that they were going to abandon him like that, that things were going to go so wrong with the people? I think he did. And yet he rode into Jerusalem despite that. I think he knew what was going to happen. But I wonder if his disciples did. I wonder if his disciples, who were carried along with that euphoria and that excitement of the day riding into Jerusalem, had any idea of what was going to come. They were riding down a road towards something unknown, something that they couldn't even begin to imagine. And I guess that's how we are this Palm Sunday. We're riding down a road towards something we don't know what the outcome's going to be. We don't know what's going to happen with coronavirus. We don't know what the future holds. But you know, the story of Palm Sunday, the story of riding into the unknown, is a story that helps us as we ride into the unknown together this Easter time. But Palm Sunday isn't the end. Good Friday isn't the end. We know there's more to come, and we know that it's going to end in triumph on Easter Day. And you know what? This Easter time, we can look forward with hope, with an expectation that however dark things might seem, they might get worse before they get better, because they did for Jesus. But we have a hope that things will get better, because God will not abandon his people. He'll be with us this Palm Sunday, this Easter time, and always.